What's up, SinsTV? It's 2019. I hope everybody had a great holiday, a great new year, and are starting out 2019 right, or whatever. Today on SinsTV, I'm gonna do a reaction video to Before They Were Famous. So there's a channel on YouTube, it's pretty popular, it's got 2.7 million subscribers, and it's a guy, Michael McCrudden. Before They Were Famous, the YouTube channel is Michael McCrudden, and he does videos basically on famous people, YouTubers, whoever that's popular at the time, and he basically goes back and does a Before They Were Famous, basically what the name is. And they did one about me, which I was really surprised because I think it was like a month ago where I was watching these videos and I was like, that'd be really cool one day if they would actually make one about me. I was like, that probably won't ever happen just because of, you know, who I am and YouTube these days. But he's done ones on Mia Khalifa, and Mia Khalifa is the only other adult star that I saw. I don't know if he's done any others, but he did one about me. Actually, the first time I saw it, somebody hit me up on Twitter about it and sent me the link, and I totally thought it was a Photoshop picture. Somebody had Photoshopped, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I clicked on the link, and it was for real, so that was awesome. So I DM'd Michael McCrudden, and he DM'd me back. So thank you, Michael McCrudden, for making this video, and I'm gonna go ahead and react to it now. He got an ad.
Warning, this video is for an adult audience and it deals with adult themes. This video is for viewers 18 years and older.
Attention, all epic Fortnite gamers. This is Johnny Sins. I've taken the No Nut November vow, and you have too. So the first clip is a clip from Cameo. I've been doing these things on this website called Cameo.com, where you basically could do a shout out for fans, for people.
Became one of the top searched adult stars online, doing scenes with Brazzers, Bang Bros, Reality Kings, as well as picking up multiple award nominations, including 21 AVNs.
I love this girl. My heart is like going right now.
21 AVNs, I'm not sure if that's right. I've actually only won 2 AVN awards, as you guys know. 2017, 2018, favorite male performer. You could still vote on AVN. I don't know, I'll link it down below. Anyway.
Had amassed a large social media following, including almost 700,000 followers on Instagram and almost 300,000 followers on Twitter at the time of this recording. Before Johnny was killing it in the YouTube game with nearly 1 million subscribers on his channel.
Almost to 1 million, guys. I think it's at like 915 right now. It's amazing. Thank you everyone that subscribes. It's really awesome.
Workout routines and eat snacks from all over the world.
That's actually really good. It's got chocolate on the bottom and the top.
Before Johnny Sins inspired hilarious memes, elevating his popularity outside of the adult industry, even becoming involved in a couple death hoaxes along the way.
Yeah, if you guys never saw this, there was after the Las Vegas shooting, there was a death hoax that I was one of the victims, basically, in the Vegas shooting. I wasn't there, not true at all.
Contrary to belief, I'm alive and well, and thank you everyone for your concern and support, and keep watching Brazzers.
The fire!
That video was from when I died in a car accident. This was, man, 5-6 years ago now.
Firefighter, the doctor.
I didn't really die in a car accident.
The teacher, the astronaut, the hippie rock star. Johnny Sins is a man who seems to be able to do it all. But before he took over the adult industry and became an internet phenomenon.
I also want to do a video pretty soon of like my funniest intros and scenes and videos like that.
Well, Johnny Sins, he came from humble beginnings, and he worked a few more relatable gigs. From a 9-to-5 in construction to working as an intern at Disney World. Now, it wasn't until an old fling called him up and told him that he was destined to join the adult industry. Now, according to the Internet Adult Film Database, well, the man has shot over 2,300 scenes at the time of this recording.
2,300 scenes is pretty accurate. People always ask me how many scenes they think I've done. Well, I passed 1,000 for Brazzers, and You know, 2300 is really accurate. I've probably done, you know, 500 for myself, for my own site, for my own stuff, and, you know, probably 800 for other companies, because Brazzers isn't the only company I work for. I'm all over the place, so that's pretty accurate.
Being active in the business since 2006, well, Johnny's career has seen several notable highlights. This includes him getting her done in a helicopter, and in an attempt for him to do it in outer space, for which someone's actually gone out of their way and made some fan art for real.
I've seen this video, but I gotta check it out again. I forget about it. The Pornhub campaign is actually still up on, I believe it's Indiegogo for space. I think they were trying to raise $2 million. I think it's at like 260,000, something like that right now. But it was mainly just a marketing campaign, since obviously we can't go to space yet.
Despite some bumps in the road, including 2 death hoaxes, including him being named among the victims of the tragic Las Vegas shooting back in 2017. Well, Johnny, he's actually beloved all over the world. As it turns out, the man has a massive following in both Turkey and India, and he even had a mural painted of himself along with a few other porn icons on the side of a bus in the latter of those countries. What an absolute legend.
What's up, Turkey and India? Thank you, guys.
Legend. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of porn star Johnny Sins. Here for you, of course, on Before They're Famous. Now, there was a time a few years ago where I would drop a biography video on an adult star pretty much each and every week. Then YouTube adpocalypse happened, and well, I had to shift some gears. Now, every once in a while, an adult star will cross over into mainstream media, and with Johnny Sins becoming a YouTuber, also hanging out with Logan Paul, and showing his support for PewDiePie, well, I decided...
If you guys haven't seen it, Kissa and I did Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive. It came out last week or something on his channel. I'll link it down below.
This video had to get made. Now, Johnny, if you're watching this video, we hope you think we did justice to telling your story. And if you like what we did, please let us know via Twitter. Give us a share. Now, for those who want to help out this channel, you can also become a member. There are links down below. All right, now let's get into this video and talk about the absolute legend, Johnny Sins.
If you ask me what I think about Logan Paul after meeting him, I mean, I think he's just like a regular dude. I mean, he's like 21, 22, 23, something like that. Just a young dude with a lot of money and obviously a lot of fame now. So it's like it'd be tough when that happens, you know? You kind of go crazy sometimes. I would do the same thing. But he was pretty down to earth dude when we met him. Him and his crew were pretty hungover from the night before. But I mean, they were all pretty chill and, you know, nothing really crazy out of the ordinary, just a cool dude. So I think like a lot of the controversy with him is really based on what I said. Like, you know, he's a young dude. Like, he's not that old. He started making money and getting fame really young, and you know, that shit can and will go to your head. So I think that's might have what happened to Logan last year, and you know, this year, who knows, we'll see. It was chill.
Now, with his birthplace, it's listed as Steeltown, Pittsburgh, and he said vaguely that he was raised in a medium-sized suburb located outside of the city. Now, from what I can recall about making quite a few videos on adult stars, well, a lot of them seem to be secretive of where they actually grew up. Now, when describing his formative years, well, he simply states,
I don't know if it's necessarily secretive, but I don't know, I guess I am sort of secretive about the specific place where I grew up. But yeah, I'm from outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Grew up there for 23 years. Went to high school, went to college, graduated college, and moved out of there. It was really mainly about the cold weather because everybody's just depressed and kind of nasty in the winter time. It's like, you know, 5 months there, you have to deal with it, and the trees, everything dies, and there's just piles of crap snow on the road, and that's why I moved to the West Coast.
Years? Well, he simply states he grew up in Pennsylvania.
This is the house I grew up in. That's a video I did where I went back and looked at some old pictures. So yeah, that was the house I grew up in from when I was born to, man, my mom actually just sold the house 2 years ago. My dad had bought it when he was like 30, and it was just, they lived there forever, and he passed away a couple years ago. It was way too big, so my mom sold it and downsized. So now I can show the pictures of what it looked like. Yeah, our house was built in like 1910 or something crazy. It still had like the original gas lamps in it. They didn't work anymore, but they were still there. And the garage was actually for a horse and carriage, for a buggy. It was barely wide enough for a modern day car, but it was originally built for a horse and buggy, which is pretty crazy. And the only car that would fit in there, my dad had, before I was born, he had a Corvette that he put in there. That actually fit in there, and then it just became like a storage shed, tool shed type thing.
Youngest of 3 kids, he has a sister who's 2 years his senior, as well as an old...
I must have been 16. I look young in that picture, man. And I remember that truck, I bought it at a swap meet we went to. It was like 1,500 bucks, and you know, I had a job back then. I was working. I had 1,500 bucks, so I was like, that's a sweet truck, man. I picked that up. So
now he states that his father, he was 13 years older than his mom. Now there were a lot of old cliches out there that those who venture into the adult world, well, some of them come from homes that were filled with abuse, poverty, or neglect. But Johnny, he was clear to state that he had a pleasant childhood.
I had a great childhood. Yeah, there was nothing in my family. Like, my parents loved each other. They were super nice to us.
Now his father, a US Army veteran, he applied an extremely hard work ethic, pulling double shifts at a local steel mill in order to put his kids through college. His mom...
That is true. My dad worked his ass off. He would work double shifts like every day, every other day. Anytime they called him, he worked at the steel mill. Anytime he called him, he always took the shift. And he just basically worked his ass off for us, for his family, you know. They paid for both of me and my sister to go through college. And so, thank you, Dad.
Well, Johnny appeared to be athletic in his formative years. He played Little League for the local team, apparently called Moose.
I played Little League from, man, like T-ball up until, I don't know, I think I was like 16 when I quit. Basically, I got my driver's license, was out of there. I was average baseball player. I was never that great, but I definitely wouldn't have played in college or anything like that.
Which is actually my nickname, which was given to me by one of Johnny's current co-stars. No joke. But that was before she saw me with no clothes on. Let's move on.
I wonder who that is. Michael McCrudden. Playing hacky sack. It's a funny picture. I love this picture.
Entering high school, he became popular with various crowds, including several low-end drug dealers. He also lost his virginity at the age of 15.
Both true. A lot of my friends in high school were just, you know, weed dealers. And nothing crazy. Also true, I lost my virginity at the age of 15. But man, I had no idea what I was doing. It was terrible. And 15 is just way too young. Guys, wait a little bit, 15. No.
Now adding to the topic of sex, well, Johnny states that his shyness didn't exactly stop him from getting laid throughout his teens. And Johnny, he began working out when he was around 19. After buying some cheap weights, he started exercising at home. It's the best way to start. I guess he was a little...
That's true, I was always kind of scrawny growing up. I think I was probably like 135 or 140. And I bought my first like Walmart weight set where you fill it with like cement, I think, or sand or something crazy. And I had that in my room. I think it went up to like 95 pounds. And that's how I started working out.
He was a little bit of a string bean, so he bulked up. Good for him.
I was just a scrawny kid. I probably weighed $135, $140. And I was a shy kid too, so it was like I had to do something to generate attention from the ladies.
That's true. Because I was so shy and had so much problem just, like, I wasn't approaching any girls, that's for sure. Or even had a hard time just like, back then you had to talk on the phone with people. And I remember I was so shy, I used to like write down things I wanted to say or like topics I could talk about because I just couldn't think of things on the fly whenever I was nervous, so.
Going to college at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania where he majored in marketing, well, Johnny began working out at the local gym to the point where it became more than just a hobby. He was obsessed.
Yeah, I started working out in college. I was living in the dorms my first year, and you know, all the guys up there, we kind of started working out together and all went to the gym together. And basically, I got hooked. You know, my first year of college, I was I don't remember what I started at, but by the end of that first year, you know, I was pressing 100-pound dumbbells and just killing it in the gym. I loved it.
While he does follow a strict diet, he admits that his favorite cheat meal is pizza. He also states that if he had 2 months left to live, well, he'd have orgies with as many soccer moms as possible.
I don't know where they got this soccer mom thing. It's like, soccer moms are cool. I'm into soccer moms, but I'm not like obsessed with soccer moms. So I don't know where they got this soccer moms thing.
And load up on KFC and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
All right, all of that information is false. Hold on, let me listen to this one more time.
He had 2 months left to live. Well, he'd have orgies with as many soccer moms as possible and load up on KFC
But I would definitely have as many orgies as possible.
and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Trying to get them sandwiches made by the moms.
I don't know where they got that from either. I've never said anywhere that I like KFC. I do like peanut butter sandwiches, so, but I never said that anywhere. So I don't know where this information came from. It's not true. Not true, Michael McCrudden. First mistake.
One can hope, or at the same time. All right, now Johnny.
I think he's into soccer moms too.
Johnny's signature cue ball look began in his early 20s after he began losing his hair. One day, he simply decided to take a razor and shave it all off.
True. Shaved it bald when I was 22, I think. No, it doesn't grow back.
Now, while attending college, he was recruited by Disney World to go down and intern with them for the summer in Orlando. He was employed at Magic Kingdom, where he worked at the Grand Emporium. Now, he described this experience as being unpleasant due to Disney's strict protocol and their crappy uniforms. And then he eventually got fired for smoking weed in his student apartment. So back to Pennsylvania he went. There, John!
That's all true. Disney World does like recruitments at universities where, you know, they get you to go down. They call it an internship. But you go down to Florida at Disney World and they basically put you to work for minimum wage. So a lot of people that are in like the food and beverage, hospitality management, they're working at Burger King. I happen to be in marketing, so I worked at the merchandise store. But it's really just a cheap way for Disney World to get, you know, employees and pay them barely anything and no health insurance or no nothing.
There, Johnny hooked up with a porn star who went to his high school named Alexis Monroe. Now, of course, we took to Google to find her, and it appears there's one born in 19...
All right, that's not right. It's kind of right, but her name isn't Alexis Monroe. Her name was Alexis Malone, so you guys got that wrong.
1990. We're not sure if this is the same girl. Maybe there were multiple Alexis Monroes. I don't know. Anywho, the girl told Johnny that he would make a great porn star and that the two should go out to Hollywood. Now at this time, however, Johnny, he wasn't quite interested. And
almost right. I've told this story before. So a girl that I went to high school with got into the business, and then while I was in college, she would come up and party at my school basically, and we hooked up there, and that's where she told me, she'd be like, you should come out to LA for the business, you'd be perfect for it, blah, blah, blah.
And instead, he wanted to focus on finishing up his school. Now at 22, the East Coast native, he found himself living in Las Vegas. Here he took up a 9-to-5 job in construction management, working sometimes 6 days a week in the hot Las Vegas sun. And while he quickly grew sick and tired of construction life.
Now, that is true. I did get a job in construction management, but I wasn't outside working. I was basically in the office, and I would drive around to the different job sites and that kind of thing, but I wasn't swinging a hammer outside in 110-degree heat.
I mean, you're in Sin City. Oh, that's where he got his last... Sorry, I just had a brain fart.
Not where I got my last name.
At the age of 24, Johnny claims to have had sex with a woman nearly 22 years his senior. Yeah, he was already into soccer moms, you know, before the porn.
I don't know where they got the soccer mom thing. That must be somebody else they're confusing me with, because that's not true either.
Anyway, this was an experience he says taught him a lot about the world of sex. At an unspecified period of time, well, Johnny has said that he worked as an escort.
That's definitely not true either. I was never an escort. I've never escorted or ever said I was an escort, so I'm not sure who they're getting me confused with here. I don't know who it could be.
If I had to guess, I'd say yeah. In 2006, at the age of 26, well, Johnny received a call from the same girl who was suggested he try porn way back when. Fed up with construction, well, he decided to take her up on the offer. Just like that, well, the shy kid from Pennsylvania, he made the 4-hour drive to LA.
Not quite the right story. The girl Alexis Malone that I hooked up with in college, she was actually already out of the business, and I just took it upon myself. It was always in the back of my head, you know, this girl saying you should come out to LA, you're perfect, blah, blah, blah. So after a year of living in Vegas and doing my construction job, I was just like, it's now or never, I gotta go. So that's when I took off.
LA to make it in the adult industry. And eventually, well, he found paid work. He also stated that he never had to do any gay work because he just didn't want to. A lot of people fell into that trap, but not our old Johnny Sins. Now, his parents back east, they would often check in on their son to see how he was doing out in Los Angeles. Now, Johnny admits that his biggest regret during this time was lying to them about what he did for a living. For about a year, he told his parents that he was working in pharmaceuticals. He eventually broke the news.
That's almost true. I didn't tell them for a year, and I did feel really bad about it, basically lying to them, but I never worked in pharmaceuticals or told them I worked in pharmaceuticals. I was actually doing like guerrilla marketing in LA, where we'd go out in the middle of the night and throw up, you know, music and movie posters on the side of buildings and stuff like that. It was a really fun job.
Since around 2014, Johnny has appeared to have had a healthy relationship with girlfriend and fellow porn star, Kissa Sins. Now, contrary to popular belief, the two are actually not husband and wife. They met after she DM'd him as a fan.
Yes, we're not married, we just have the same fake last name. I don't really believe in marriage. I don't believe in making an agreement with the government that you're in love with someone. It just none of it makes any sense to me that you have to involve the government in your relationship. So I'm not saying I'll never get married, but I'm against marriage. I don't understand marriage. Like, if you love someone, if you want to be with someone, be with them. I don't need the government to give me a piece of paper saying that.
After hooking up, the two seemed to be drawn to each other, and they continued to see one another.
This has all been talked about a lot before, but yeah, Kissa hit me up on Instagram before DMs were even a thing, and we ended up going out one night, hooking up. She spent the night, and we've been together ever since.
Now, for more on the couple, well, they actually paid a visit to the Logan Paul podcast for Impulsive. And Johnny Sins, well, he has his own YouTube channel. Of course, there are links down below. As for the rest of the story, well, we're just gonna have to wait and see because this is before they're famous.
It wasn't demonetized. He actually's got ads on it, so that's pretty cool. I thought the video was actually pretty good. He got a couple things wrong, but I was just really excited to have him do a video about me. Like I said, I'd been watching them and just thought it would be cool. He also makes videos about like celebrities in the rich life, so hopefully maybe one day I'll be in one of those videos. Alright guys, I guess that's about it for today. I hope you liked this video. And don't forget to subscribe, like, you know, do all that stuff. I don't really want to tell you guys every video. Alright, thank you for watching, guys.
Check out our merchandise at shopsinslife.com.